David Icke was a renowned football player, sports reporter, and then author on politics before he introduced his theory.
They are our leaders, our corporate executives, our beloved Oscar-winning actors and Grammy-winning artists. They are responsible for the Holocaust, the Oklahoma City bombings, and the 9/11 attacks. Mankind has been manipulated to become unconscious through the use of programming by media, politics, tyrannical control over our food, water, and air supply, the dumbing down of the masses by pharmaceutical drugs and alcohol, and the list goes on. But the manipulation does not stop there. The ruling class, the bankers, the royal family, the presidents and prime ministers have created the illusion that they are being on separate ruling bodies when in fact, they are on the same team of sorts. The reason that 95% of the human DNA and the majority of our brain goes unused is due to the intervention of the reptilian race, placing a limitation on our potential as conscious beings. Humans originated in a breeding program run by the reptilian race called the APUSH from the Draco constellation, and what we call reality is just a holographic experience. The only reality is the realm of the absolute.
Since the dawn of civilized man, the ruling class have been controlled by extraterrestrial dimensional beings with an agenda which ultimately establishes the human race as mindless and robotic slaves to a system based on fear and control. Icke argues that humanity was created by a network of secret societies run by an ancient race of interbreeding bloodlines from the Middle and Near East, originally extraterrestrial. Icke calls them Babylon Brotherhood. The Brotherhood is mostly male. Their children are raised from an early age to understand the mission. Those who fail to understand it are pushed aside. The spread of the reptilian bloodline encompasses what Norman Sims calls an odd and ill-matched group of people, extending to 43 American presidents, 3 British and 2 Canadian prime ministers, various Sumerian kings and Egyptian pharaohs, and a small number of celebrities, including Bob Hope. Key Brotherhood bloodlines are the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, various European royal and aristocratic families, the establishment families of the eastern United States, and the British House of Windsor. Icke identified the Queen Mother in 2001 as seriously reptilian.
The Illuminati, Round Table, Council on Foreign Relations, Chatham House, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the International Monetary Fund, and the United Nations are all brotherhood, created and controlled, as are the media, military, CIA, Mossad, science, religion, and the internet, with witting or unwitting support from the London School of Economics. At the apex of the brotherhood stands the global elite, identified throughout history as the Illuminati, and at the top of the global elite stand the prison wardens. The goal of the brotherhood, their great work of ages, is world domination and a microchipped population.
Zechariah Sitchin, who argued, for example, in Divine Encounters, 1995, that the Anunnaki had come to Earth for its precious metals. Icke argues that they came specifically for monatomic gold, a mineral he says can increase the carrying capacity of the nervous system 10,000-fold. After ingesting it, the reptilians can process vast amounts of information. speed up transdimensional travel, and shapeshift from reptilian to human form. They use human fear, guilt, and aggression as energy. Thus, we have the encouragement of wars. He wrote in 1999, "Human genocide, the mass slaughter of animals, sexual perversions, which create highly charged negative energy, and black magic, ritual, and sacrifice, which takes place on a scale that will stagger those who have not studied the subject." Lewis and Kahn argue that Icke is usually using allegory to depict the alien and alienating nature of global capitalism.
Icke writes that the Anunnaki have crossbred with human beings, the breeding lines chosen for political reasons, arguing they are the Watchers, the fallen angels, or Grigori, who mated with human women in the Bible. Their first reptilian-human hybrid, possibly Adam, was created 200,000 to 300,000 years ago. There was a second breeding program 30,000 years ago, and a third 7,000 years ago. It is the half-bloods of the third breeding program, who today control the world. More Anunnaki than human, he writes. They have a powerful, hypnotic stare, the origin of the phrase "to give someone the evil eye," and their hybrid DNA allows them to shape-shift when they consume human blood.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no secret is revealed. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
You may think it's just a theory. You may think it's just a project.
But the facts are overwhelming. They are among us, but they are not one of us.
They are the elites.